torchbearers. Who are we giving the ultimate award to? What balls helped bring home the victory for Tennessee? As we remind you, Last Look brought to you by Doctors Campbell, Cunningham, Taylor, and Hahn.
To visit cctis.com. The information you need is easy to access, and setting an appointment is as simple as clicking the tab. Doctors Campbell, Cunningham, Taylor, and Hahn, and Eye Care Optical at cctis.com. Simply the best.
Caleb, give me your torchbearers all in one, if you don't mind, and then we'll break each one of them down as I'll create a poll question on that. So give me your 4 or however many you may have.
Okay, so my 5, they were tough because there were a lot of defenders I wanted to give credit to, but my interior defense. So I kind of spread things out a little bit based on positions. Very communist of me, guys. I know. I'm sorry. But I gave credit to Bryson Eason at defensive tackle. He had 2 tackles for a loss. He won that game for Tennessee at the end. To run down that play in overtime to force Florida in that 3rd and long was a huge play. Bryson Eason, it came down to him or Joshua Josephs, who had 1.5 tackles for a loss for that final torchbearer spot. And Joshua Josephs does deserve an honorable mention, but Dave, I had to do Bryson Eason because he was getting the push in the middle.
Okay, so I'm going to assume you're going to go with Dylan Sampson and James Pierce.
Oh my gosh, you're right. You asked me to name all 4, all 5.
That's all right.
Apologize. Yes. So my other torchbearers are Boo Carter, Jamad McCoy, James Pierce, and Dylan Sampson.
Okay, interesting group. All right, so I got Dylan Sampson, James Pierce. Who do you want along with Jamad McCoy as your final opportunity? Because we can only work in 4 on the YouTube.
How about just say other for the poll question? Dylan Sampson, James Pierce, Jamad McCoy, other.
Okay, I'm going to go Boo Carter. Local
All right.
guy. All right, I would vote on that James Pierce. I think Tennessee, talk about seeing ghosts. I think they see losses, and I think they see what happened against Arkansas if James Pierce doesn't make that play at the goal line and strip that ball away. I think things were about to go emotionally south for the Vols. That was a monstrous season-saving play, in my opinion. As a matter of fact, that would have been my turning point. Caleb, what else on our torchbearers?
Yes. Well, that's I can give you what James Pierce as the overall torchbearer. I'm going to go Jamad McCoy as the overall torchbearer. I think, guys, I've been saying this for a while. Jamad McCoy is a special player. I mean, incredibly special player. He is honestly, he's going to be a first 2-round NFL draft pick.
I agree. I think the same thing could be said for Arian Carter, who I would have in there.
I almost had him on there too. Arian Carter is an honorable mention.
Did you notice on the pick that he?
You know what? I'm changing that. I'm taking Bryson Eason off and putting on Arian Carter.
Okay. Did you notice on the pick that he took the correct drop, unlike the Arkansas game where he gave up a first down when Arkansas was within their own 1 yard?
That's what I was saying earlier. Is Arian Carter did what he should have done in the Arkansas game. Guys, I've totally changed my torchbearers 1,000 times, but here's the list. I love Boo Carter. I got to knock him off just because there's just too many people to put on, and I'm spreading the love. So I'm going Arian Carter, Bryson Eason, Jamad McCoy, James Pierce, and Dylan Sampson. Now, okay. I don't know if that's fair or unfair. And even with Dylan Sampson, that's kind of a collective of Dylan Sampson, Javonte Spraggins, Cooper Mays, and Andre Carrick all together.
All right. Now, so are we getting to the report card now?
Yes, let's do the report card now. Let's finish your, so those are just real quick before I do that, Dave. So those are my 5: Arian Carter, Bryson Eason, Jamad McCoy, James Pierce, Dylan Sampson. Would you take any of those off? And the guys I left off were Boo Carter and if you wanted to name Boo Carter and Joshua Josephs. Would you put either of them on for the 5 I had on?
So your 4 now, the 4 now are on our YouTube poll are Dylan Sampson, Boo Carter, James Pierce, Jamad McCoy. Who would are you?
I knocked off Boo Carter and put on Bryson Eason and Arian Carter.
I would have Arian Carter on there. ahead of Bryson Eason. No offense to Bryson Eason, but I think that James Pierce opened some stuff up for him. I think somebody else could have done something similar. So I would actually have him 5. I would
have him ahead of Boo Carter though.
Yes, I would have James Pierce. I'll take that back. I would have Bryson Eason 4th. I would have James Pierce as the playmaker that Tennessee had to have. I would have Dylan Sampson as the threat for the offense because Nico's not that right now. I would have Arian Carter on that list, and those would be my top 3. I think those are kind of at a different level, and then there's a drop down for the other guys, which will probably be headlined by.
Well, wait, but you got to throw Jamal McCoy in there too. That's why I said it's got to be a 5. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Even I wouldn't put Eason ahead of Jamal McCoy. But
okay, well, I'll take McCoy ahead of Eason. So let's get to the report card, as I will either agree or disagree with Caleb's grading.
Hey now.
With that, if I agree or
that's crazy,
and if it's just really off base,
you suck. Yeah, jackass.
Okay, but we don't want to get to that. All right,
it's
so
horrible. You should just be so ashamed of yourself.
Yes, I would. So vote on our poll question: who's the Vols torchbearers best player tonight? Win versus Gators. We got Dylan Sampson, Boo Carter, James Pierce, Jermon McCoy up there. Sampson leading with 46%. Guys, James Pierce, if he doesn't make that play, I'm telling you, Tennessee loses by double digits. Would you agree or disagree with that?
I might actually. I might agree with you on that. No, I think I kind of agree with you on that.
I just feel like the Dauber's down at that point. The Stinger's gone. So that's an old football term. Have you heard that? The Dauber's down before?
I have not actually.
But things go bad. They got their Daubers down.